Zhang Yi and his group arrived at the center of the massive Tianshan Hall, which was already packed with delegates from factions across the 12 cities. The tiered venue could hold 2,000 people, and various leaders, some acquainted, exchanged information in the post-apocalyptic world where most power holders were once influential figures, military officers, or high-ranking officials, alongside forceful upstarts like Zhang Yi and Xing Tian. Zhang Yi, having little contact outside Tianhai City, quietly led Liang Yu, Zhou Ke, and Lu Karen to seats in the middle back area and waited for the conference to begin. Chen Jingguan, Xiao Honglian, and Xing Tian's factions seated themselves nearby. By 10:30, Zhu Zhang still had not appeared, and Zhang Yi, bored and yawning as he leaned back in his sofa chair, chatted idly with Zhou Ke and Lu Karen. Restlessness began to grow throughout the hall as the meeting dragged on into the afternoon, but all of this was not because the higher-ups were intentionally delaying. Something serious had happened. The narrative rewinds to 7 a.m., where Zhu Zhang was eating breakfast with his wife, Li Yunping, and children when an urgent message arrived from Tu Yunlai in the operations department. His brows furrowing deeply, Zhu Zhang immediately put down his bowl and announced he had to leave. Li Yunping, accustomed to this routine, skillfully packed a lunchbox and handed it to his driver, receiving only a nod from the stoic bodyguard Sun Lushuan, a top-tier expert in Blizzard City whose sole duty was protecting the commander. Zhu Zhang's black armored vehicle sped to the operations center, where Tu Yunlai awaited him at the entrance. As they walked swiftly toward the commander's office, Tu Yunlai reported gravely that he had sent men to Linhai to investigate why its forces had not reported to Blizzard City, only to discover that all three forces there had been completely wiped out, including several thousand men and over 50 extraordinary individuals. Tu Yunlai continued that he had dispatched only the best from Yan Yun, 4 men in total, but 3 of the 4 were killed in action and only one, Chen Shi, escaped. According to Chen Shi, the attackers spoke Japanese. Zhu Zhang's eyes sharpened immediately at the implication, and even the normally impassive Sun Lushuan adjusted his gold-rimmed glasses, a cold-killing intent flashing in his narrow eyes. The fact that the people of Japan had once again set foot on Chinese soil, massacring both the supernatural forces of Linhai City and the Yan Yun guards of the Jiangnan region, was tantamount to a declaration of war. Zhu Zhang's face turned terrifyingly grim, and although this old general possessed no supernatural abilities, the power he wielded was enough to completely wipe out the entire archipelago. Tu Yunlai requested permission to lead troops to annihilate the intruders, but Zhu Zhang remained silent, weighing the stakes. The annihilation of a Linhai organization was not a significant loss. The serious aspect was the potential signal that the islanders were once again eyeing Chinese territory. Japan was hardly a threat to the Jiangnan region, which alone possessed enough power to raise that archipelago, but Japan had connections with multiple countries, and starting a war lightly would be unwise. Choosing to plan carefully rather than act impulsively, Zhu Zhang asked where the surviving Yan Yun guard Chen Shi was, and upon learning he was waiting to report the details, declared they should not waste another moment, stepping out of the elevator on the top floor to determine whether this was a prelude to a large-scale invasion or merely the action of a few rogue organizations. Zhu Zhang entered his office to find Chen Shi, the surviving Yan Yun guard, his body wrapped in bandages and his breath weak. Sitting the man down, Zhu Zhang demanded a full account of what happened in Linhai City. Chen Shi recounted that he had seen only 3 enemies, and just one of them, a man with a knife, had made a move. His blade was incredibly fast, severing the arm of Xue Ting with a single stroke. Realizing instantly that they were on a completely different level, the 3 Yan Yun guards fought desperately to hold the enemy off so Chen Shi could escape, and only their superior transportation saved his life. Clenching his fist, Chen Shi begged the commander to kill these bastards and avenge their fallen comrades. Zhu Zhang, his face expressionless, assured him that the Japanese would not be allowed to run rampant on their soil, declaring their fate had only one word, death, before sending Chen Shi back to recover. Tu Yunlai waited eagerly for the order to wipe out the Japanese forces, but Zhu Zhang had his own plans, knowing he must first confirm their identities. He decided to inform the Shangjing regional office and then contact the higher-ups in Japan, since foreign affairs were handled through Xinjiang. Zhu Zhang reasoned there were 2 possible outcomes: either the Japanese higher-ups would acknowledge these people, which would mean full-scale war, a highly unlikely possibility given Japan's national strength was no match for China's, or, far more probably, the Japanese higher-ups would disavow any connection with them, in which case the Jiangnan region could deal with the intruders however it pleased. Snorting coldly that a mere Japanese superhuman team daring to run wild on Chinese soil was courting death, he picked up his communicator and began contacting the high command in Xinjiang. Back at the Tianshan Guild Hall, the delegates waited from morning until noon, growing increasingly impatient. Although they respected the strength of the Jiangnan region, being left hanging was unpleasant, and with Zhu Zhang occupied, the captains of the 2 investigation teams arrived with their men to work alongside the Yan Yun troops in maintaining order. At noon, Blizzard City provided boxed lunches and asked everyone not to leave the venue, but Zhang Yi's group fared far better, enjoying lavish, steaming feasts from Zhang Yi's alternate dimension while others ate simple canteen meals, drawing envious stares. The only discomfort was the hard sofas, which made his buttocks ache. By 1 in the afternoon, there was still no sign of Zhu Zhang, and Xiao Honglian could not help complaining that they were being toyed with. Zhang Yi calmly replied that might makes right, and that no matter how much they talked it was useless, since with dozens of supernatural organizations present, someone would inevitably step forward. Whispers of resentment rose throughout the hall, with hot-tempered individuals voicing harsh words about the Jiangnan region's behavior. Zhang Yi remained philosophical, telling Xiao Honglian to treat it as a meeting, since important matters were handled in small meetings and unimportant ones in large meetings. Zhu Zhang had summoned them only to inform them of Blizzard City's decision, not to discuss anything, and their opinions were not needed. Suddenly, Zhang Yi spotted a familiar muscular figure at the entrance, Bailey Changqing, the captain of the Black Robe Squad, observing the hall with sharp eyes. Zhang Yi surmised that Blizzard City dared to let so many superhumans in because a powerful force was already prepared outside to suppress any trouble. Bored with the noisy, stuffy hall, he stood and announced he was going for a walk. Zhou Kor quickly tried to join him, but Zhang Yi waved her and the others off, saying he was going to talk to Bailey Changqing. Zhou Kor obediently sat back down while Liang Yu, Uncle Yu, and Fatty Su took positions on the outer perimeter, ready to protect them should anything happen. Zhang Yi steps out the back door of the guild hall and is immediately met by Bailey Changqing, who pulls him aside to explain the unusual delay. The Jiangnan region commander, Zhu Zhang, has been called away to deal with an urgent high-level crisis, leaving the gathering of 12 cities in limbo. Bailey admits the investigation team is merely an armed force that follows orders, with no insight into the broader political situation, but he senses the entire region is on the brink of significant change. His worry is palpable, with Bian Junwo dead and the Black Robe Squad severely weakened. He fears being thrust onto the front lines of any large-scale conflict. Zhang Yi, recognizing the futility of speculation, lightens the mood by producing a pack of pre-apocalypse Tianxia cigarettes from his spatial storage, a luxury now worth a weapon in Blizzard City, and the two captains smoke while waiting, discussing the region's shifting dynamics. The boredom of the wait is shattered by a commotion nearby. A sanctioned duel has drawn a crowd, and Bailey learns with a teasing glance that one of the combatants hails from Tianhai City. Zhang Yi's expression sharpens. He had explicitly warned his delegation against provoking conflicts before the conference. Pushing through the onlookers, they find Chen Jingwan, leader of the Chaoyu base faction, being brutally toyed with by Sun Jianming of Daze City. Sun Jianming, an enhancement-type user with gorilla-like arms and a shockwave ability that pierces internal defenses, mocks Chen Jingwan's deceased superior Wei Dinghai before dismantling him physically. Chen Jingwan's softening ability offers no resistance against the internal shockwaves, and he is slammed repeatedly into the ground, coughing blood, reduced to a spectacle for the cheering crowd. The onlookers' laughter turns predatory as they realize the implications. Tianhai City, once a regional power, now fields leaders who cannot defend themselves. Whispers spread that Tianhai is wealthy, resource-rich, and populous, but militarily hollow after the zombie horde crisis. The perception of Tianhai as a fat sheep ripe for the taking solidifies in real time. Zhang Yi watches silently, his earlier warning ignored, the political danger to his territory crystallizing with every mocking cheer. The chapter ends on this tense observation, the veil of Tianhai's projected stability torn away by one lopsided fight. The chapter opens with the sanctioned duel between Chen Jingwan and Sun Jianming already underway in the Blizzard City training arena. Chen Jingwan, assessed by Zhang Yi as merely LV3 Gamma with a body-softening ability, is utterly outclassed by Sun Jianming's enhancement-type shockwave power that bypasses external defenses to crush internal organs. The fight is a one-sided humiliation. Chen Jingwan is toyed with and beaten half to death while his Chaoyu-based subordinates watch helplessly, unable to intervene in a legal one-on-one duel. Xiao Honglian and Xing Tian, the other two Tianhai faction leaders, spot Zhang Yi in the VIP stands, their eyes pleading for intervention. Zhang Yi merely smiles coldly and looks away. Bailey Changqing, fearing Zhang Yi might erupt in violence, places a hand on his shoulder and offers to stop the fight himself. Zhang Yi laughs, calling the spectacle interesting and a good way to pass time, explaining that Chen Jingwan violated direct orders by accepting the challenge. He turns and leaves, unbothered by the damage to Tianhai City's reputation, privately calculating that he will establish authority through force after the conference concludes. Bailey Changqing eventually dispatches Yen Yunwei to halt Sun Jianming before a killing blow lands, but the damage is done. Every superhuman present now recognizes Tianhai City as militarily hollow, a wealthy but defenseless prize. Back in the guild hall waiting area, the atmosphere turns toxic. Delegates from other cities openly mock Tianhai City within earshot of Zhang Yi's group. Liang Yu voices the obvious concern: Chen Jingwan's defeat paints a target on all their backs. Zhang Yi stays silent, letting the pressure build. When Xiao Honglian, Xing Tian, and a bruised but alive Chen Jingwan return to seats nearby, Xiao Honglian leans over to ask if Dr. Zhou Kor can treat Chen Jingwan's internal injuries. Zhang Yi does not turn his head, replying lightly that Chen Jingwan chose the fight and must bear the cost. Chen Jingwan, desperate, explains he was provoked. Sun Jianming mocked his dead former superior Wei Dinghai and declared Tianhai City powerless, demanding they submit to Day's city rule. He argues that yielding would invite total contempt. Zhang Yi glances at him and delivers a cutting blow. So, have you given the mayor of Tianhai City any face now? The words land like a whip. Chen Jingwan's public incompetence has disgraced every major power in Tianhai City. Zhang Yi cuts off further excuses, stating coldly that since Chen Jingwan refuses to listen, they have nothing to do with each other. The fate of Chaoyu Base is no longer his concern. Terrified of annihilation at sea now that Sun Jianming knows his weakness, Chen Jingwan breaks, apologizing profusely and pledging total obedience. Zhang Yi sneers, pointing out that the wrong was exposing Tianhai's frailty and creating trouble for allies. Xiao Honglian and Xing Tian remain silent, their agreement implicit. The chapter ends on Chen Jingwan's pale, stammering realization. His privileged upbringing and poor temperament led him to walk into a trap, and he has single-handedly endangered the entire Tianhai alliance.